Let me hear you.
Try that again.
And loud. All right, Gary. On one. On two. On three.
And now,
two people that probably know you better than you know yourself. That's my whole ball game all night long.
Yeah, welcome to season 2 where we don't have to deal with Patreon anymore and you don't have to wait as long for your shows. So thanks for sticking with us, and hopefully we claw back the 30 or so of you that ran away when we stopped recording on time. In 1994, baseball gave us one of those weird little statistical hallucinations that only the strike could produce. On one side of the mirror, Bob Hamlin, rookie slugger for the Kansas City Royals, owner of a swing that could launch baseballs into low orbit and a face that looked permanently irritated by the very concept of sunlight. Hamlin mashed 24 home runs in just 101 games and walked away with Rookie of the Year. A guy who looked like he should be selling forklift parts, but instead was accidentally one of the best power hitters in the American League that summer. Meanwhile, on the other side of the league, there's Frank Thomas, my guy, the Big Hurt, producing one of the most terrifying offensive seasons the sport has ever seen. By the time the strike slammed the door in August, Thomas was hitting .353 with 38 homers, 101 RBI, and over an OPS over 1.2. Pitchers weren't facing a hitter so much as filing missing persons reports on their fastballs. Had the season finished, we might be talking about a 50-homer, .350 average, inner circle MVP year that sits comfortably next to the greatest seasons in baseball history. So 1994 leaves us with a strange baseball snapshot. Bob Hamlin, Rookie of the Year, scowling his way through a power binge that felt like it came out of nowhere, and Frank Thomas in the middle of a season so dominant that it felt like a force of nature cut off before the full destruction could be documented. One guy looked like he hated having his picture taken. The other looked like a comic book superhero demolishing baseballs, and the strike froze them both in amber. As we continue our 1994 journey and work our way towards a matchup between the White Sox and the Kansas City Royals at the end of July, we visit Frank Thomas and our kisser this week, Bob Hamlin. Blakers, how we doing?
Oh, baby. It's all melancholy and the infinite sadness over here, Gabe.
Jimmy's here, everybody. Hey, Jimmy, it's a long time no see. How are you, sir?
I don't know if you've heard, but we lost Terry.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
We lost Terry like y'all lost the Patreon, baby. It's gone.
Yeah, it's long gone. Thank you to everybody who participated in the Patreon, by the way. Thank you to Terry as well. But, at a certain point, you just got to get back to brass tacks. You know what I mean, Jim?
Oh, baby, you don't want to be dancing on those. You better have your tetanus shots, but that Bobby Kennedy, he's going to take those away from us soon, too.
What do you mean, brass tacks or tetanus shots?
All the tetanus shots, baby.
Yeah, and instead, I believe he's going to make sure we all get a yearly dose or monthly dose of methylene blue.
Are you growing a mustache?
My beard has come back in force.
Are you doing it? Are you trying to cover your teeth, baby? Because I want to tell you they look pretty decent. How did mine look?
Wonderful as always, Jim. Thank you for...
Well,
yeah, I mean, the bottom ones look like they're fighting each other, but it's fine.
Baby, just say but when you even them out, the tops and the bottom, they okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, baby, I'm going to keep on dancing on that one. Although I ain't got no shoes.
The lighting in the room is dark, so you can't really see the discoloration. So I think you're all right.
I keep it dark in here so I can see the bomb angels.
I don't understand why it being dark in the room helps you see the jumping bomb angels.
Well, when they smile.
No, I don't. What?
Oh, I must be thinking of something else. Did I tell you we lost Terry?
You did let us know that the Hulkster said goodbye. I don't know if you listened to it or not, Gemma. You were probably deep in your
I've been listening.
cups.
Oh, I've been listening, baby. And I'm worried.
What are you worried about?
Oh, baby, I'm worried about that Fathausen. He's so fat, so evil. I think he's going to take y'all down, baby. He scares me, baby.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Fat evil. Oh, you know what I had for dinner tonight?
Oh, baby. See,
Big old glass of fried chicken. Blended it up and sucked it right down. Very fat.
oh, baby, see, that's what I'm saying. He's very fat. He's very evil. He's got all them demands. He's Fathausen, baby. He's got a cape and he's purple.
My third chin unplugged my headphones. I need you to repeat that. I'm okay.
I said you fat, evil, and purple, baby, and you got a cape, kind of like Bundy when I managed him.
Yes, King Kong. Fat not have had me. Fat evil. Okay, okay.
I think Fathausen might have a bad heart too. I don't know.
Oh man, I don't know why I say that, man. That's not right. I don't.
I think you know what? You might even be fatter than Gabe. You is a blimp, baby.
Well, I like not being the fattest guy on the show anymore. That's exciting.
Hey, you remember Blimpies?
I do. Yeah, I used to eat at Blimpies when I lived in New York.
I bet you did.
Yeah. They had the best black and white cookies at
Oh, baby.
Blimpies. Look to the cookie, Blake. Look to the cookie.
That's what they tell me, and that's what Brawler tells me anyway. He's from New York.
It's true. So we got an interesting kisser here on the docket today in Bob Hamlin. I don't know much about Bob. I purposely didn't do a lot of research, and so we're going into this pretty cold. I mean, I am anyway. So this should be a lot of fun before we get to.
Oh yes, colder than one of my fat boy's dead bodies. Ooh, how's the cemetery, Gabe?
Oh, hey, Gabe. Is that Paul Bear guy? I've been waiting for him. I'll tell you. I've always had a particular I don't know, taste for for chubbier pale guys. Steven's a little chubby and hasn't seen the light of day in some time, and so I do appreciate the pale, chubby boys. So I would love it if you could give me an introduction. Well, I'm sure I can do that for you, but yeah,
Oh
I think.
no!
Oh, well, looks like he ran away, Rick. We may need to wait for another day. We need to wait for another day for you to meet Paul. Oh well, I'll just stick around. I mean, you see the green cat sticking out in the background there. I'm just going to slide back underneath.
Oh yeah, look at that. There it is.
Maybe
a little Cubs hat under there.
Maybe I'll jerk off for a while while y'all talk. And
you gonna edge yourself?
Well, I mean, look, when you're up until 4 a.m. every night because you can't fall asleep before then, there's really not much else to do but to slowly jerk off for 3.5 hours. It culminates in what you would think would be just a gigantic eruption of orgasmic wonderfulness, but really it just kind of dribbles out like any other time.
Yeah, I don't think it erupts much anymore.
Yeah, I blame Beth, stupid bitch.
I saw she was petitioning to get you into the Hall of Fame.
I told her not to do that shit. I said, I don't need the Hall of Fame. I'm on this podcast every week, and they love me, and that's all I need. And she said, You're not even on Twitter, Dad. I don't know.
What a bitch.
Stupid cunt. Her mother sucks, too.
Yeah.
Well, sucked. She's been dead for a while now.
Sure, yeah, no. That Goes without
That
saying.
that explains why I'm able to hang out at Gabe's house underneath the couch, see, because I don't have nobody looking for me or nothing.
No authorities or anything.
No, sir. And now in this new place, I mean, I can blend right in with all of these neck bearded Mac fucks. Boy, oh boy, man, they're everywhere out here in their big old trucks and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
I got to keep Gabe from giving the finger 10 or 12 times a day
So the
because
new.
he doesn't have a gun and everybody else does.
Yeah.
He's an
Well,
idiot.
you can't
Fucking
be.
fat ass. God damn it, dude. Like, seriously. Like, Blake doing It's Okay. We talked about this. You don't call me names. Like, you live here rent free. Fuck.
Guys jerk each other off, for Christ's
Oh,
sakes.
I'm sorry. Hey, hold on. No, he's jerked me off. I have
Oh,
not jerked him off, and I will not.
well, the night's young. We
Well,
need
I think
something to
that
get the Patreon back up.
yeah, no shit, right? We gotta get somebody in there excited about this program. Ah, fuck you, Rick. Program.
Tell
So
us
we're in
about the hammer.
1994. Bob Hamlin is our kisser. Look up a picture of this motherfucker if you haven't seen it already on the thing on the podcast. But he's a real good looking cat, and we're gonna tell you all about him.
I can tell you a little bit, a little story I have from, coincidentally enough, cousin Roger's father. By the way, I was a young boy. I'm in Memphis. This is probably like 92 or 93 because it's right before Hamlin goes to the pros. But I like baseball. They know I like baseball, so he's obviously always going to talk to me about baseball. They had a Mets Cardinals game from ABC Monday Night Baseball from like 1988 on VHS, and I used to watch it all the time at their house, as well as Rocky 3. Those were two tapes I'd always watch when I would go over there. And anyway, he would tell me about his relation in Topeka, and then he told me this time about this home run hitter that at the time the Memphis Chicks, that was the double A team. It was the double A team of the
Be
Royals.
my Dixie chicken. I'll be your Tennessee lamb.
I believe they
We
were named
will.
after the Chickasaw Indians.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
The mascot, not mascot, the little logo, if you look at it, you can see like a fucking headdress and stuff. But I didn't get it either for a while. But Tim McCarver Stadium, actually, if we need another tidbit to throw in there. But
You know what I like about Tim McCarver?
symmetrical genitalia.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Dion. Real class act.
Real class act.
But anyway, my Uncle Robert, he said, they got this boy, he's a big boy, he has home runs. His name, they call him the Hammer, Bob the Hammer Hamlin. I had relation up in Topeka. And, that'd be about it. So anyway, he was the first one to ever tell me about the Hammer, Bob Hamlin. And that was probably a year or so before the rest of the world got to know the Hammer.
We're going to get to know him today. And even if you didn't or don't want to, too bad. You're about to. Right here on the whole ball game. You ready to get into this, or do you want to talk about current events? We haven't talked about current events for a while. You just want it to come up in general conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. I'm looking at this box full of baseball cards that came in the mail, and I don't know where they came from. Anyway, I'm glad I'm paying attention to the show. This is really good for everybody.
You probably ordered them online one night.
Yeah, probably. What I was planning on doing was reading this biography that Well, I won't tell you who wrote it, but you might be able to figure it out as we go.
It's TWBG original content's what it is.
In the annals of baseball's fleeting stardom, few stories capture the highs and lows quite like that of Bob Hamlin. Nicknamed the Hammer for his prodigious power that evoked the folk hero John Henry. Hamlin, except, John Henry was black, of course. Hamlin burst onto the scene as American League Rookie of the Year in 1994, smashing 24 home runs in a strike-shortened season for the Kansas City Royals. Yet his career, plagued by injuries and inconsistencies, spanned just 6 major league seasons, leaving fans to wonder what might have been. A left-handed slugger who played primarily as a designated hitter and first baseman, Hamlin compiled a .246 batting average with 67 home runs and 209 RBIs over 497 games, posting a respectable .816 OPS and 2.5 wins above replacement. His tale is one of untapped potential, a reminder that even the mightiest swings can be felled by the game's unforgiving nature, mixed with a healthy dose of quirky, larger-than-life personality that has kept him a cult favorite.
Hey, look, hey, it's me, it's Bob.
Oh, well, I didn't expect to hear from Bob today. We have a pretty large cast of characters on this program, and I wasn't sure if we were going to get a new one today, but I'm excited to have you. Hey, Bob.
Well, I was informed this is how this thing works. I'm just a pretty normal guy. I think, you guys usually do zany, off the wall stuff. I don't know how much of assistance I will be there, but I'm Bob, just a normal guy.
I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you for taking the time. We could use a little bit of vanilla on this incredibly swirled up program. Robert James Hamlin, that's you, was born on
Thank you.
November. You're welcome. Was born November 29th, 1967, in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The second of 4 children to Robert James Hamlin III and Margaret Hamlin. His father, a banker, relocated the family to Irvine, California when Bob was young, providing a sunnier backdrop for his budding athletic pursuits. At Irvine High School, Hamlin starred on the diamond, showcasing the raw power that would define his game. He continued honing his skills at Rancho Santiago College, now known as Santa Ana College, and later at UCLA, where he played briefly before entering the professional ranks. Hamlin's college performance caught the eye of scouts, leading to his selection by the Kansas City Royals in the second round, 43rd overall, of the 1988 amateur draft out of Rancho Santiago. Standing 6'1", weighing around 240 pounds with fluctuations up to 260, I wouldn't call him a fat ass, Blake. I think for fat ass sort of demarcation, you probably have to be 325 and up, wouldn't you say?
He was fat. He was not a fat ass. That's
Got it.
correct.
I like it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He was a prototypical power hitter, left-handed with a smooth uppercut swing that generated easy pop. His minor league journey began in the Royals system, where he quickly established himself as a masher. In 1990, Class A Baseball City, he hit 20 home runs, and by 1992 in AAA Omaha, he belted 22 more while batting .280. However, early signs of trouble emerged. Recurring back issues, later diagnosed as a stress fracture, hampered his development and delayed his big league call-up. His nickname, the Hammer, originated during his short season stint in Eugene, when a team announcer made a wild call one day and the moniker stuck. Teammates ran with it, and Royals scoreboard sometimes synced blasts to MC Hammer tunes for extra flair.
Yeah, I think that was just something that was fun for the fans, Gabe.
That time period was just full of really upbeat and fun hip hop. And whether it fit your sort of personality or not, I think it made fans happy at the time. I think you're probably right.
Well, it was about that time as when the early '90s and the the culture is really starting to shift and move into a very more progressive, provocative way, and that can sometimes be troubling and difficult for a straight up normal guy to navigate. But I think I did very well, and just give me a P, a B, and a B, and I'm a happy boy.
I get it absolutely. It's
Pizza, a
funny.
beer, and a bull.
Yeah, I figured that's what we were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Anyway, we were just a few years away from the new generation. It was finally the 90s. You turned the calendar page. And my assumption is that, you were seeing a lot of those, progressive politics in your college days there in California. And so, it was probably a lot looser than it would have been back home on the East Coast in Jersey, right?
What's this new You talking the WWF, the new generation? What are we
That's
talking about here?
precisely what I was talking about.
Oh,
Everything's
yeah,
new and hip
yeah.
and young.
Mm-hmm.
It's all got a fresh coat of paint on it.
Well, I know a little bit about the wrestling. Yeah, yeah. Big.
Tell me about it. What do you know?
Well, a big fan
Oh,
is a old friend of mine, Jim Ross. He's you might know him if you're a wrestling fan.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Blake and I both know Jim Ross very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's as I stated earlier a little bit, but a happy guy, a P, a B, and a B, and I'm a happy boy. It's a pizza, beer, and a bowl. And I tell you, nobody appreciates a good bowl like Jim Ross, and he's a bit of a legend in the cut community, which I'm a proud member of, because you only come hardest when a bull is coming in
Uh,
your wife.
I, I,
Pepperoni.
I didn't, I didn't expect this, I guess. I, I assumed with the bull thing you were talking about like a bull market, like you were into trading stocks, or I didn't really
Like Jay
know.
Gill?
I, I don't, I don't know.
Michael! Michael!
All right. Well, more to come there. No pun
Eddie
intended.
Guerrero's dead.
That's
If he was alive, he'd be in ICE detention.
Hamlin made his MLB debut on September 12th, 1993 at age 25, pinch hitting for the Royals against the the New York Yankees. In a brief 16 game cameo that year, he hit .224 with 2 home runs, offering a glimpse of his potential. The Royals, coming off the retirement of Hall of Famer George Brett, were in need of offensive firepower, and Hamlin seemed poised to prove it. But 1994 nearly derailed before it started. In January, Hamlin, never one to shy from fun, entered an unsanctioned, made for TV ESPN arm wrestling tournament in Las Vegas with other players. He won his matches, but felt his elbow pop, tearing his flexor tendon.
Now, it's
All
a
right,
little
Bob.
something, Gabe. You might not know this, but do you remember the movie Over the Top, Gabe?
Of course I do.
Bull Hurley, BH, Bob Hamlin, BH. That's all I'm saying, okay? Bull Hurley, okay?
So you're saying it's not a coincidence?
I'm saying I think there's a simulation, and that simulation is programmed me to only be able to come to my full potential when there is a giant bull dick pounding my wife in front of me, and she's reaching out to me, barely rubbing her fingertips down my legs, Gabe. Okay? She's in pain but pleasure. And she wants to feel me, okay? Oh,
All right. Well, Bob, I got to ask because, curiosity killed the cat. And here we are. Explain to me the difference between coming normally and coming while you're watching your wife get railed by a bull. What you say to your fullest potential. So what's the difference between a normal session where you ejaculate as any other man would, and a session? Boy, oh boy, I'm thinking about all the listeners listening to this with their wives. uh,
well,
and
two of them maybe.
tell me about the difference between that and watching just a man with just a massive cock rail your wife from behind while she looks at you with tears in her eyes.
Like Steve Dr. Death Williams, Gabe. That's who
Perfect example. Yeah, I
the
thought
King Bull. All
when
right.
you mentioned JR, and then we got to the cucking of it all, that's when I realized that we were going to hear about Dr. Death at some point.
Those big Oklahoma bull balls slapping your wife's clitoris while he's just pounding
Mhm.
her is the most probably third greatest orgasm you'll ever have, okay? And maybe her first.
Mhm.
But anyway, what you ask, you're a baseball guy, right? You got a
Yes.
baseball podcast. I'm sure
Sure.
you're well versed in all the metrics.
Not really, but Blake is, and I can get
What's
him to translate.
Well, it's all about the exit velocity, Gabe. I'd say
Aha.
when the bull's pounding away, the exit velocity is at least 50 miles per hour greater. Plus probably 3 more spasms. You know what I'm talking about when they contractions, that's it. Sorry, you got me all hot thinking about Doc. If he was only black.
The Royals wanted him on the DL to open the season, but he gutted it out, pushing through stiffness
No pun intended.
and pain.
I'm a fat guy.
Welcome to the club, pal.
Not as fat as you, though, buddy.
That's good.
Hey, let me ask you something, Gabe. Normal guy here, normal guy to guy talk.
God damn it.
What if Steve Dr. Death Williams was black? You think they would have named him Black Doctor or Black Death?
Maybe just Dr. Black?
Like Dr. Wagner?
Mm-hmm. Junior.
I don't get that.
El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. Black.
There's only been one good Mexican bull, and that's Manny Fernandez.
Installed as the primary DH. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Under
Under manager Hal McRae, he thrived anyway, slashing 282, 388, 599 with 24 homers, 64 RBI, and 25 doubles in 101 games. His 987 OPS ranked among the league's elite, and his 147 OPS plus, adjusted for era and ballpark, obviously, underscored his dominance. Memorable moments included a grand slam off Oakland's Ron Darling on May 22nd, a 3-run homer against the White Sox, stay tuned, on July 31st. Voters took notice, awarding him the AL Rookie of the Year over Manny Ramirez and the illustrious Rusty Greer. The
of the
Hammer had
Rangers,
arrived.
of the Texas Rangers.
Mhm. The Hammer had arrived, evoking comparisons to burly sluggers of yore, and Royals fans dreamed of a new era of thump.
Oh boy, so did I. I wish Sylvester Ritter was still with us and he could just get balls deep and grab them cakes on my old lady while I fucking just blew a fucking rocket. You know, thump, because that's what it said on the back of his trunks, Gabe, remember?
Yeah, you were mentioning being a wrestling fan, so yeah, it makes sense that you would bring that up.
You know, I wonder if he took a toy of JYD and he scratched the ass off where it said thump, what color it would be underneath. What do you think? That's a weird thing, huh?
You know, Blake might have some insight to that.
He's not here.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll hear from him later. We'll find out. I think Blake once
Maybe,
actually did that. Interestingly enough, I'm not sure if you share some connective tissue within the simulation or what. It's an interesting turn of events that you bring that up.
maybe yes, maybe no.
Memorable. Oh no, we already got that. Statistically, 1994 was a masterclass in efficient power hitting. Hamlin's isolated power of 317 was top tier, and he drew 56 walks against just 62 strikeouts, showing plate discipline that belied his free swinging reputation. Another pun. His 2.6
Huh?
wins above replacement that year accounted for the bulk of his career total, highlighting how singular that campaign was. Off the field, he embraced his everyman vibe, wire rimmed glasses, noticeable paunch, and a love for poker that made him a feared clubhouse card shark.
You ain't got to worry about me poking her. That's what Doc's for. Oh,
Teammates like Mike Magnante warned newcomers, "You did not want to get into a card game with him. You would lose." Stories circulated of players fleeing the sound of shuffling cards, clutching wallets, while high stakes games on team flights drew crowds and staggering losses, often financed by big contracts like Wally Joyner's.
I believe Wally Joyner's a Mormon, fellow Mormon to you.
That's right. I guess I still am on the rolls. I haven't checked lately, though. I should check that. I think you can look up members of the church. You should probably do that. Um,
I'll work
well,
on it.
Blake should probably do that, not you, Bob. Unfortunately, Hamlin's success proved ephemeral. The 1995 season brought a precipitous drop off, limited to 72 games due to lingering back problems and a nagging eye condition that affected his vision. He hit a dismal 168 with 7 homers and a 591 OPS. Demoted to the minors midseason, he struggled to regain form. The Royals stuck with him in 1996, where he rebounded modestly, batting .255 with 9 homers in 89 games, but his power had waned and defensive limitations. He was adequate at first base with a .990 career fielding percentage, but posted 6 total zone runs. I have no idea what that means. Relegated him mostly to DH duties.
It came in my eye. That's how I had my eye problems. I
I
shot right
assumed
up
that might be the
straight.
case.
Yep. Hot night. Hot night in Toledo. Oh, boy. Mud hens.
Is that
Get
all
it?
we get?
Oh, I thought you knew. It was Toledo Mud Hens. 3, 4 of the boys. You know, sometimes you don't have one bull. You got to get 3 or 4 horses.
That year also produced his most enduring quirk, the 1996 Pinnacle Foil card, widely dubbed the worst baseball card of all time by outlets like Slate, MLB.com, and countless fans. The close up shows Hamlin staring blankly past the camera through huge wire rim glasses, holding a placard with his own name misspelled as Hamlin, Hamlin, in some accounts, against a bizarre school picture day background. It breaks every design rule: awkward angles, redundant name references, zero team branding, and has become legendary meme fodder, with John Boyce and others riffing on its commitment to badness. Hamlin took it in stride, later reflecting on its immortality. Released by Kansas City after spring training in 1997, Hamlin signed with the Detroit Tigers. He enjoyed a partial resurgence, hitting .270 with 18 homers and 52 RBIs in 110 games for 122 OPS plus. It was his second best season, fueled by a change of scenery. Yet injuries struck again. Leg woes, including hamstring pulls and knee issues, that had dogged him since the minors limited his mobility and consistency. In 1998, Hamlin joined the Milwaukee Brewers, but managed only a .219 average with 7 homers in 109 games. His production hampered by persistent ailments. Sent to AAA Indianapolis midway through the year, he batted .221 before things took a dramatic turn. Hamlin's playing days ended abruptly in June 1999 while with the Detroit Tigers AAA affiliate, the Toledo Mud Hens. After grounding out in the 6th inning, he returned to the dugout and told manager Gene Roof,
"I'm done."
Frustrated by nagging injuries, including an undiagnosed eye
I diagnosed it just fine. But, society was not quite as welcoming back then.
including an undiagnosed eye/vision issue he later addressed with LASIK. Interesting that the laser can remove the semen from your eye. That's good to know. He walked away
Just sucks
mid-game.
it out. It's like a transporter.
Sure. Why not? He walked away mid-game at age 31.
They won't let you keep it, though.
That's good. You put a little beaker.
I tried.
He walked away mid-game at age 31, a rare and poignant exit. He later described the mix of fear and exhilaration. Having spent years battling physical tolls. Retirement didn't sever Hamlin's ties to baseball. After a hiatus running a manufacturing company, he attended scout school and joined the Toronto Blue Jays as an area scout in 2002. He later worked for the Nationals, Blue Jays again, and spent nearly a decade with the Boston Red Sox before returning to the Nationals, scouting the western U.S., including Orange County and San Diego. Hamlin has spoken candidly about his career's ups and downs, including the 94 strikes impact, his battles with weight, and his love for Vegas and poker.
There's this guy, Vegas Matt, Gage. Have you ever heard of him? I love his videos on the YouTube. I love that and eating with Bakashi. Fuck it.
All right, just before we get too far down the inside baseball here, I have a YouTube premium account, and when Blake, because Blake finally decided he was going to pay me half, a little more than half actually nowadays. But anyway, we have this account, and I subscribe to several channels that Blake takes great judgment upon, including Vegas Matt.
Fine. Look,
Vegas Matt, who plays a lot of slot machines and a lot of baccarat and a lot of blackjack, and I watch it so I can live vicariously and pretend that I'm him gambling, $5,000 on a hand of baccarat pretty regularly.
How's it working?
So far, not so great. And then he's talking about binging with Babish.
That was it. Yeah. So.
If you know, if you don't, maybe we'll do an episode on it one day, but probably not. Anyway, it's all fat guy shit, gambling your money away and eating it one way or another at Taco Bell or getting excited about food on YouTube.
There's brand synergy. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about my gambling exploits with that fucking card bullshit?
I saw it.
God damn it, man. How disappointing was that?
I've never even done that. And that's the most shocking part. I've never bought a digital baseball card. I have no real interest in it. But now that you as if fucking, I'm so predictable and pathetic, and fat, in no in a surprise to absolutely no one, you did it, and now I downloaded the Bunt app and I'm looking at it regularly, going, "Should I do it? I wonder if I should do that." Maybe that's the right play, because if he got a bad one, maybe the odds will even out, and I'll get a good one.
Well,
And I
if
don't know
you
how that works, but
if you go in, I got the arena one, and
mhm.
so if you go and whatever, each pack's a different price, whatever, but it shows you all the cards that you could possibly get in like the tiers and all the like whatever common ones or whatever. So basically, you got like a 2% chance of getting each one of those, and then the one up above it's like a 0.5, and there's three of them, and then there's three that are like a 0.25 or so, I don't know, something like that, but it shows you the odds on like all of them. And I was just so goddamn disappointed that I didn't get like a fucking team card, really, like a 9.5 fucking Angels team card that was worth $45, I guess. But so that's the thing too. They'll fucking buy it back from you if you
Like
don't like it, or
90% of value, right?
yeah, they gave
What
me like
how
$40 for it.
how much did you spend on it?
So I bought $100 pack. Yeah, $100 pack. I was hoping to pull out. I'm trying to see. I can't remember what the fucking. I think there was the rare ones. There was like two different Skeens autographs. Um, but anyway, I was at least like, I don't know, Kitty got like a fucking 1988 Fleer. Like one of them had like a PSA 10 1990 Bowman Ozzie Smith. That was like one of the common cards and stuff like that. Like that'd been fine or some bullshit, but a goddamn team card. So anyway, I sell that back, and now I got 40 fucking bucks, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy another pack to try to figure this, get something. And I buy a fucking NBA one.
Oh boy.
They got some that have like old fucking Jordans in it and shit too. It's like Jesus Christ. But they actually have auctions on there as well. And
What is
so
this? What is the app that you use? Because I didn't
Arena,
see that. Was it Tops?
Arena,
Oh, it's just called Arena.
yeah, yeah. It's just they got all sorts of different cards or whatever.
Do they give you the option of like sending you the physical card, or is it just
Yeah,
digital?
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. It's one of those. All
Oh
right.
yeah, no, I wouldn't have
Well, at
done
least there's that.
it. Like, yeah, that's the whole like. I don't know. Yeah, I was hoping to at least break even or make a dollar. Or if I would have hit something fucking cool, I would have definitely fucking kept it. Which is why I wouldn't be any good at this. But
The team card, was it numbered?
no, I mean it was just a 9.5.
Okay, so it was
So
graded. Okay.
yeah, yeah, all the cards are graded. They're all
Well, that's
fucking
good at
graded.
least.
Yeah, no, it's just type Arena on the fucking app store and but you can look through it. Um, but I buy like a fucking $25 NBA one, and I get a goddamn some bullshit Tyler Hero fucking 9.5, or no, I think it was a 10 even, maybe. I don't know. It was worth like fucking $10, and I got $9 for that. So I got $24 sitting in my wallet, and it's I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to add more money to do anything.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
I need at least another dollar to buy the cheapest fucking pack. And if I'm in there doing $1, I might have like. I wonder how much money these goddamn things pay fucking psychologists and shit. This is what I should be getting paid for, figuring out how to fucking manipulate people and bullshit. But I can't focus enough to do it on my own. I need some evil corporation to put their hand up my ass.
It's
And give
either
me
yours or your mother's.
free baseball cards.
In sabermetric terms, Hamlin's 109 career OPS plus shows he was slightly above average offensively when healthy, but his 2.5 wins above replacement underscores the brevity of his peak. Comparisons to other one-year wonders like Brady Anderson abound. Yet Hamlin's story carries unique charm, a journeyman who swung for the fences, crushed bombs for one glorious summer, left behind poker tails, arm wrestling mishaps, a legendarily bad card, and that mid-game retirement drama, not to mention his penchant for the Bulls. For Royals faithful, he's a symbol of the post Brett era's promise, even if unfulfilled. The everyman slugger who looked more like a plumber than a star, but hit like a hammer. As Hamlin himself might say, sometimes the hammer hits the nail, other times it bends the thumb.
It's just me, Bob.
Bob Hamlin on the whole ball game, everybody.
I gotta tell you, I thought when I did my initial research, thought this man was just a giant fan of the Chicago Bulls. But
I mean, at first, I went there, I went stock market. I didn't know what we were going to expect from this guy, but I guess you should kind of get the understanding that none of these guys are ever as milquetoast as you expect them to be.
don't blame me. I've been lost on the island.
Yep. This week we are sponsored again by the wonderful and talented Lost THC. Get lost on the island today. Find yourself lost.
Super hit, super hit, super hit.
Looks like it's got like a couple of Canadian maple leafs on the front of it. That sort of thing. So
you can alternate it between 1, 2, or 3 for your strength, your potency, if you will. And then you got a battery meter and you got a juice meter, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
fantastic news.
I'm lost.
Auto Blow 3000. Auto Blow 3000. Auto Blow 3000.
Howard Stern's penis. Howard Stern's penis.
Baba booey, baba booey. He was on the Howard Stern show, you know.
Bob Hamlin?
No, the Auto Blow. He won a contest, a best sex toy contest. Yep.
Well, god damn it.
It was actually on Sirius the other day on Howard 101. They replayed it. And I saw the headline. I remember the guy having written to us because we wrote back to him when he had heard us talking about the Auto Blow 3000 a couple months ago. And I wrote back to him, and yeah, he told me. And when I saw it show up on the screen in my car, I was like, oh, I got to listen to this to make sure this is it. And lo and behold, it was there. Yeah, he won that sex toy contest on the Howard Stern show back in, 22 or 23.
So you're still waiting on yours? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, please, by all means. We are not above pandering to sex toy companies, especially me nowadays. So
he's got Bozo and Smokey the Bear behind him, folks. All right,
do indeed. As well as 2 issues of Comics the Magazine. That's right, Comics the Magazine, issue number 1 in stores, March 11th. So head to your local comic book shop. If you were a fan of Wizard Magazine back in the 90s, you've been missing it for about 20 years now, and we filled that void. Go ahead and head to your local comic shop. Most of them will have a copy or 2, if not a whole ton of them. Cover price $2.99, 48 pages of enthusiasm about comic books. So head on over to your local comic shop today. It's Comics the Magazine. comicsthemagazine.com. You can head over there, and if you want to advertise in Comics the Magazine and you want to advertise the Auto Blow 3000, I won't be able to give you an ad, but most others will be just fine.
Work out alternative arrangements.
Hopefully these streams never actually cross on the other side of reality, but you know what? If they do, fuck it, something will get figured out. I don't know, whatever.
I'm sure you've never found yourself in a situation of your own causing that backfired.
Not ever. No, sir. I make the best choices.
you will handle yourself with the same grace and charm and civility that you did in all those other times, Gene.
Look, at the end of the day, you're joking, but the reality of the situation is I should still not be free. So let's just leave it at that.
Nobody is these days.
Yeah, it's a real good point you're making. Lost THC. That's the point. I
You're
just
all
looked up
free on the island.
I looked up this baseball card, and it's pretty remarkable that this made the cut. I don't understand at all how this.
Yeah, it's fucking pinnacle. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, it's a good point, I guess. Anyway, so that's Bob Hamlin, and and that boy, oh boy, what a tale.
That's what she said. Perhaps a tale that could only be toppled by Thomas the Train. No, what is it? Thomas the Tank.
Big Frank, the Big Hurt. I've
Put
told
your
the story
Reeboks
before.
on.
Yep, I've told the story before. In Little League, even though I was terrible, and that's why they stuck me at first base or left field, depending on the day. One, because I was super tall; I was the tallest kid, and the other because I couldn't play any other position, and very few kids can hit with any power to left field. So it was the least danger that they would put me in.
Mm-hmm.
I wore number 35 because of Frank, and I don't mind telling you, he was my favorite. And the more I've learned about him, the less there is to like.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's right.
that's why we do the show. It's because if nothing else, you learn here that you absolutely never engage in hero worship if you're being intellectually honest.
Never been let down, have we?
Not ever.
Every single one of them.
Every time. Every single one lets us down. Every one of them. And you know what it is? I don't even think it's the fact that they're bad people or anything else. Like, because we're all bad. It's the fact that we engage in some belief that they are anything more than human.
Yes, they. Let's see. How should I say this? There's just a certain group of people that, and a lot of them find themselves in positions that are in the spotlight because they're drawn to that. But these group of people are the more they can do and get away with, the more they will do and try to get away with, because that's part of the deal for them. And not saying like whatever, Frank was out there hurting people or whatever, but my point is, like, they're gonna make asses out of themselves in whatever lane of assdom they fall in. Some might be fucking OJ Simpson Benoit type, which is the goddamn bottom of the rung or whatever, and then you get into your liars and your abusers and your manipulators and that kind of shit. But and then kind of your douchebags or your lesser offensive ones, which Frank's probably a douchebag, I think. Let's find out, shall we?
Onward.
See if I can read this before I piss myself.
Well, let's just pause it.
No. I want to make a game out of it, because
right.
if I got to go, then I'm going to do the Dances with Wolves bit.
Got it.
I'm going to pull my gun out and blow my head off, because that's what happens in the movie, right? I just pissed my pants. Remember?
Of course I do. I remember watching that with my mom and being terrified.
I laughed my ass off when he did that.
Of course you did.
I fucking lost it. I thought that was hilarious.
If that's not the perfect juxtaposition to illustrate the difference between you and I don't know what is.
Oh, God.
I remember hiding underneath the blanket next to her.
My mom was mortified. because I mean, it is fuck. I didn't say fuck, but like it just blasted out of me. And in the pantheon of baseball's greatest pure hitters, Frank Thomas stands tall, literally and figuratively, as one of the most feared right-handed batsmen of his era. Nicknamed the Big Hurt by White Sox broadcaster Ken Hawk Harrelson for the devastation he wrought on opposing pitchers, Thomas combined elite plate discipline, power, and average in a way few have matched. A two-time AL MVP, five-time All-Star, and first ballot Hall of Famer, he posted a 301, 419, and 555 slash line over 19 seasons with 521 homers, 1,704 ribbies, 1,667 walks, and a 974 OPS. His 73.8 career WAR ranks him among the all-time greats at first base. Thomas is the only player in MLB history to string together 7 straight seasons with at least a 300 average, 100 runs, 100 ribbies, 100 walks, and 20 homers. Achieved clean in the heart of the steroid era, his story is one of relentless excellence, hard-earned respect, and a quiet dignity that made a Chicago icon, though behind the scenes, a more complicated, sometimes prickly personality emerged in the clubhouse.
Well, I'll tell you, I, I take issue with the perception that I had any sort of prickly personality. I'm a happy-go-lucky, uh, dancing fool. I'll shuck and I'll jive and I'll do what you need me to do. That's what I always tell folks. I'm an easygoing, sort of guy that just goes with the flow, makes things as easy as possible.
Big Dan.
I try to hit home runs. I try to run to drive runs in, and I try to make my team better. Ultimately, I think what you got to remember here is uh, greatness doesn't breed happiness. Happiness breeds greatness.
Got it. All right. Frank Edward Thomas Jr. was born on May 27th, 1968, in Columbus, Georgia, to Frank Sr., the original Big Frank, a bondsman, animal catcher, liquor delivery driver, and deacon at the Nazareth Baptist Church. And
He
Charlie.
also handles snakes, Blake. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I didn't. I
Yeah, he was a
only
snake handler as well.
I only knew what I listed. No, but he handled snakes um, like in the church or
Yeah, absolutely.
just for
He
fun.
no, he well, I'm sure you had fun doing it. You know that you understand.
Right.
But yeah, no, he every Sunday he would sit with the congregation in between um, the 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 preacher and a couple of the ushers there every week, and he would handle their snakes for them, just like the good man of God he was. That was the deacon's role, was to snake handle.
I think we went to different churches. Let's see. And Frank's mother, Charlie Mae Thomas. Frank Sr. instilled core values: God, family, education first, see the ball and swing it strikes, clean your plate. And then Frank's 3 older sisters, Gloria, Mary, and Sharon,
Mm-hmm.
and an older brother, Michael, from his mother's previous marriage.
Yeah, my father always told her she was a whore for having kids with 2 different husbands, but he loved her nonetheless, all the same, both of those.
Right, and right he was to tell her that. But tragedy did strike early, as your younger brother died in infancy, and Frank, you nearly drowned as a child. That had to be something. I too almost drowned as a child. I know that can be very traumatic, brother.
I don't remember that. I really don't have any memory of the near drowning. They tell me that, that the doctors all told him that this could create a real issue down the road. It had been established that men who experience near drowning may grow up to have some sort of homicidal tendencies like in the movies, but not me. Pretty happy guy.
Do you know Ken Griffey Jr. or KG24?
No, I don't know who that is. I'm unfamiliar entirely. See, my voice has a bit of a deeper register, you understand?
I just assumed since you guys played the same era and all-star teams and all that.
Oh, you mean Ken Griffey Jr.?
Yeah, no, not senior. You must have thought I said senior,
No,
right?
no, I didn't. You said some letters together and I was confused. Yeah, Ken and I were good friends.
Oh, yeah, because you probably don't know about the robot. You
What do you
don't
mean?
Nah.
What's a robot?
A multi-sport star at Columbus and Central High School, later named after him, Thomas excelled in baseball and football as a tight end. Undrafted out of high school in 1986, he headed to Auburn University on a baseball scholarship. Injury shifted focus to. Now, let me ask you this, Frank. Did you find it difficult being an African American man down there in Alabama in the 80s, particularly?
Not at all, Blake, and I'll tell you why.
Please.
I was a fantastic athlete. And when you have the kind of athletic skill that I had, there's a certain value that's placed upon your head, where I'll say that other black men in the South during that time probably did have a hard time. I didn't though, and so I only know my experience, and mine was
Okay.
nothing but positive.
Right. All right. So just as long as you're good, it's good. That's right.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, like I said, you can choose to be miserable about any little thing you choose, but it's not going to get you very far. I mean, look, you can't put a limit on anything. You know what I mean? The more you dream, the further you get.
Fuck it. I don't remember where we're
Look,
at.
at the end of the day, you have to be willing to sacrifice everything, but you can never sacrifice your integrity. That's what I always said.
Is that what you always said?
Always, always and forever.
Yeah, you remember that song? I love you always, forever, near and far. We'll stick together.
That's great. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's fine. Sounds like some white woman shit.
All right, good. All SEC honors, spot on the 89 College World Series team, and the White Sox select Frank 7th overall in the 1989 MLB draft, the highest Auburn player ever taken. At 6'5", 240 plus pounds, Thomas was a towering presence with exceptional bat speed and eye coordination. His minor league path was swift. He debuted in the majors on August 2nd, 1990 at age 22, hitting .330 with 7 home runs in 60 games. Thomas's full rookie season in 1991 announced his arrival. A .318 average, .453 on base percentage, .553 slugging, 32 homers, 109 ribbies, and league-leading 138 walks. Frank finished third in AL MVP voting and won his first Silver Slugger. In 92, he led the league in doubles, walks, and on-base percentage. Then came back-to-back MVPs, unanimous in 93, as the White Sox won the AL West, and again in 94, .353, .487, and .548 in the strike-shortened season, leading in slugging, runs, and OBP. He joined rarefied company. Only Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, and Ted Williams had matched similar 300 average, 20-plus homers, and 100-plus runs, RBIs, and walks streaks. From 91 to 97, Thomas was untouchable. Consistent 300-plus hitter with power and patience. His 997 OPS over that span dwarfed peers. Harrelson's Big Hurt nickname stuck, capturing how pitchers winced facing him. Thompson credited his success to discipline, rarely chasing, rarely fooled, and a smooth, compact swing that generated elite exit velocity. He was a contact hitter trapped in a slugger's body. High average, massive walks, low strikeouts relative to power, defensively solid at first base. His value was overwhelmingly offensive. A 156 OPS plus career with peaks over 200.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
what I always found, and this is starting back when I was in college, was that as long as you keep a smile on your face and hit the ball when the boss wants you to hit the ball,
Right.
you got nothing to worry about.
Nothing at all?
Not at all. What do I have to worry about? I'm making all sorts of money
Yeah.
and hitting the ball when I need to hit the ball. I'm getting all sorts of kudos from sports writers all over the country. And, should I have won Rookie of the Year my rookie season? Yeah, probably so. But, that's about the only thing I had to complain about in the first couple of years I had in the league. And I'm sorry?
I was going to say, I guess you got to ask yourself what's important to you. To know if
Being successful is important to me. Making money is important to me.
So yeah, money, and you
People
said
talking about
kudos.
people talking about what a good guy I am is important to me because I am a good guy and I need to hear it.
Okay, well,
Don't you think I'm a good guy, Blake?
I just met you, Frank.
Well, based on the things that you've heard about me, don't you believe that I'm a good guy?
Well, Thomas's on-field dominance was undeniable. His clubhouse reputation in the early to mid-90s White Sox era revealed a more divisive side. Like that pesky President Obama. So divisive, right?
Well, look, I don't like getting into politics,
I bet you don't.
but, when you're a guy that has the kind of, Q rating that a Barack Obama had, you just can't go out there wearing tan suits. You can't do it. It's a dangerous game to play. You want to stay firmly ensconced in the middle where everybody's going to protect you the way that you want to protect people in your life. It's a game of give and take here. And if you don't play the game, you get run out on a rail. And luckily, I was smart enough never to let that happen.
Well, thank God for that. Anonymous ex-teammates quoted in Jeff Pearlman's 2022 unauthorized biography of Bo Jackson, the last folk hero, the life and myth of Bo Jackson, painted Frank as an intimidating presence who moped with the best of them, a douchebag, a selfish prick, and one of the most disliked players in the room. Complaints centered on poor treatment of clubhouse attendants and staff. Did you treat the clubhouse people poorly, Frank?
No, you look. This is all sort of contrived nonsense. I have always stood by the old adage that the true measure of a man is how he treats someone who can do him absolutely no good.
Oh yeah, is that so?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
People can call me names.
Mm-hmm.
People can call me names all they want, Blake. That's what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, it comes down to one of two things.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at this from a completely neutral standpoint,
Right,
it's
you are.
You are either jealous of my successes, or you want the money and fame that came with my success, and your brain is so tiny and so small that the only way you have of trying to get there is by running me down. You don't see the forest for the trees, as the wise men would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end of the day ends, right?
Look, in life, you got to swing for the fences. You might miss sometimes, but when you connect, it's worth it. And some of these guys just will never connect, and so they have to hack the trees down.
Frank treated the clubhouse guys like garbage, one said, judging people by how they treat those who don't need to be nice to. Whining about lineup spots, refusing to hit fourth or fifth for protection, even when it frustrated coaches and pitchers avoided him, and an overall arrogant vibe that alienated teammates. One standout quote: Thomas was one of the best players in the game, but a selfish prick of a teammate.
When you come from where I came from, Blake,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Auburn?
batting third, Alabama, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
batting third or fourth, it doesn't make a difference. But if a coach is going to put me or try to put me in the cleanup spot, and I'm more successful in the three hole, why in the world wouldn't I fight for that? Why wouldn't I say, you know what? I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you're wrong here,
Mm-hmm.
especially if I feel strongly about it.
Well, see, I would say that he believes that you are so good that putting you in the four hole forces the pitchers to give the man in front of you, who would be in the three hole, better pitches to hit because they don't want to walk him. So they have to face you with a runner on base. And that's actually the highest compliment you could receive from your coaches.
Maybe so, but what you have to remember here is I've got to
Mm-hmm.
play two games. I've got to play the game of help my team win, but I
Mm-hmm.
also have to play the game of help me not look like a jackass. Okay? And if I strike out, which, everybody strikes out, but if I strike out in the three hole, that's one thing. But if I strike out batting cleanup, that's a whole other, and my value goes down. And, if y'all don't understand that you got to play both games at the same time, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you don't understand that, then there's not much I can teach you.
Should fucking uh, Bo Jackson, a calming force in the clubhouse, reportedly played a key role in humbling him, bluntly telling Thomas to seriously shut the fuck up when he got whiny. Perlman framed Bo as the best thing for Frank, helping temper the ego and selfishness that drove others crazy. The Wind Dog! Lance Johnson echoed the lineup drama, noting it hurt team chances by pitchers simply walking Thomas. See, so I was saying, Frank, they just walk your ass because they're not worried about the guy behind you. They get him. Whereas they
Well,
would.
look, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's one way to look at it, I suppose. It's the wrong way to look at it, because if I'm getting on base, then my OPS goes up and the team's OPS goes up. And why isn't the guy who should be in that four spot driving me in? What's the problem? I would be able to do it if I were in the four spot. Why can't you? And Bo was in that spot on a regular number of occasions. And look, the problem with Bo is that he started to believe his own hype, right? I never got there. I never look. I'm as humble as the day is long. I always
Mm-hmm.
have been. I don't
Right.
believe that even if people say the things that are about me that they say, that I was the greatest of all time, that was clean, or the strong the biggest clean bat of the era, or this, that, or the other thing.
Free bases, eugenics.
Sure, whatever. I mean, that's now. Look, man.
Right.
Look, all of us go through a certain point in our lives where our testosterone levels dip. I'm not ashamed of it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not ashamed of it now. I wasn't ashamed of it then. People believe that I was clean, and that's all that everybody needs to talk about.
Right.
And Bo can suck my balls.
I believe I can fly. A memorable, almost comical glimpse of vulnerability came during a turbulent team flight back from California. As panic spread, players grabbing religious medallions, Ozzie Guillen praying to Jesus, the towering Thomas cocooned himself in blankets and pillows, wrapping up like a makeshift fort to shield from the shaking plane. The image of the feared MVP burrowing under bedding while chaos reigned added a layer of human frailty to the intimidating facade.
Look,
We
you know
remember about
what?
that, Frank, when planes coming down, guys are fucking confessing their gayness. It's almost famous, but they're praying to Jesus. Ozzie Guillen's cussing out Buck Martinez, and you're making a goddamn fort out of pillows on a plane, nose diving
Look,
like a child.
you can frame it however you want. At the end of the day, I was trying to act strategically in a moment, just like I always do.
Oh, what was the
Me
strategy?
batting, me batting third versus me batting fourth, or the plane's going down. Should I hide in the hard fuselage? Should I try to get underneath a seat? Probably not. But if it comes down to it, who's more likely to survive? The guy that's surrounded by stuff that's soft, or the guy that's surrounded by stuff that's hard? I mean, it's a pretty simple calculus if you get right down to it. I was being strategic, and just because I wrap myself in pillows and blankets just in case, how does that make me a bad guy or dumb or silly? I mean,
Makes
it's
you a
no more silly
douchebag.
than
Makes you a
why is that?
douchebag.
Why? Tell me
Because you
why.
think that fucking pillows are going to help you in a plane crashing to the ground.
And Ozzie Guillen thought that holding on to that golden cross around his neck was going to help him. What's the difference? At least mine was practical.
Well, I think he's hedging his bet that he's about to die and he's trying to pray for forgiveness for all his sins and go to heaven clean.
No, I know for a
That's
fact
probably
he
more
was
likely
asking God
than.
to save us. I
Sure.
know for a fact he was
Well,
asking God to save us, which is just as stupid as anything else.
that's fine. It's the same fucking thing, really. It doesn't
That's what
matter.
I'm saying. So we're in agreement. I'm
No,
glad to hear it. Thank you very much.
no wonder they fucking hated you and Fox. What a prick. These anecdotes drawn from anonymous sources and Perlman's reporting highlight a contrast. The polished, clean superstar versus a moody, occasionally petulant diva. That sounds right. Who valued personal stats and protection over team flexibility. Thomas matured over time, but the early friction underscored how his intensity could manifest as selfishness. The late 90s brought foot and ankle issues that limited the DH duties and reduced games. Did you have gout? Gabe had gout. Bobby Hill had gout too.
I'm unfamiliar with whatever that could possibly be.
He just said foot problems. It's just a foot thing.
No, I ran a lot. I don't know what else to tell you.
They're going to bomb you.
How's that now?
Iran. Get it?
Move on.
You live or you die. The late 1990s brought foot and ankle issues that limited him DH duties and reduced games. After subpar 98-99, he rebounded in 2000 with career highs. Well, look at that. That's pretty weird, isn't it? To rebound in 2000 with career highs. 43 homers and 143 ribbies. 320 average, 436 on base, 625 slugging, yet finished second in the MVP to Jason Giambi amid controversy.
Look,
Named AL Comeback Player of the Year.
I was AL Comeback Player of the Year, and do you know why? Because everybody knew that I was clean.
Well, if everybody knew you're clean when they gave you MVP, not Giambi, who everybody knew wasn't clean.
Look, I wasn't voting, so I don't know exactly what was going through their head. But
I fucking
you know,
hate talking to you. I just want you to know that. Like, god damn, do I? It's like banging my head against a fucking wall.
no,
Look, come on, look.
no. Look, I don't know.
When's it happen?
What do you mean?
At the end of the day, isn't that when it happens? You fucking prick. I hate you, Frank.
Look. Let me explain something to you.
Please.
Okay, you cannot let the fear of failure stop you from pursuing your dreams. You got to take risks and be willing to fail. All right, because it's in those failures that we find our true strength. And in that 2000 season, after 98, 99, what I consider my true failures, I found that strength. Now, was it at the end of a needle? Yes. Does anybody think that? No. And that's all that matters.
Injuries persisted. Triceps tear in 2001, foot fractures in 2005, limited to 34 games. He missed Chicago's World Series win, though he received a ring and celebrated with the team. Released after 05, he signed with Oakland in 06 and Toronto in 07 and 08, hitting his 500th homer on June 28, 2007 against Minnesota, the same park where he hit his first in 1990. Thomas retired after 2008 with 521 homers, 21st all time, 2,468 hits, and enduring respect as one of the cleanest stars of the era. Post
That's right.
retirement. Thank you. Is that a dog squeaking in your background, Frank?
It sure is.
Believe me, it's not easy to deal with an idiot. And this man, over the course of the years, has tried my patience and tried it, and we don't miss him, by the way. And if you go out there and you ask any one of my players out there, any one of my staff members, we don't miss him. We don't miss the attitude. We don't miss the bitching and the whining. We don't miss it. Good riddance. See you later. He better stay out of our business. He better stay out of White Sox business. Matter of fact, I don't need to be talking to you guys. I'll say what I have to say to him directly.
Hey, have you talked to Jerry? I know it's still early in the morning. Have you talked to Jerry about this story?
No, I haven't talked to him. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of guys around here that have been with the White Sox organization for, I'm one of them, damn near all my coaches for 20 some odd years. And Jerry's he is like a second father to to a lot of us. For these backhanded comments, actually, I guess they're not even backhanded anymore. They're full frontal smashes right in our face. For these to keep coming, and again, for him to turn his back on all the things that Jerry has done, and this guy of all people.
Kenny Williams can suck my balls too.
Well, look, quite frankly, I just said to Kenny, I said, look, let's see if we can get this done with Tataguchi. All right. You like that one? Direct hit, motherfucker. Oh, still free.
Thank you, Adam. I didn't expect a Tadaguchi reference on this program. That's good shit. Okay.
The only thing that's for sure about the whole ball game is nothing's for sure. Post-retirement, Thomas became a White Sox ambassador, analyst, and businessman. Big Herd Enterprises.
Oh, he's big and he's hurt.
Sounds like a porn fucking company. Inducted
Well, I'm
into
glad you brought that up, Blake.
yeah. No wonder the eugenics makes sense now.
My secret passion really is bull services. My favorite time while I was in the major leagues was '94. Shortly after the strike began, my favorite customer really was I don't know if you remember this guy. He used to play for the Kansas City Royals, and his wife was a real looker by the name of Debbie. Bob Hamlin. That broad really loved my big fat cock.
I heard Bob did too.
He did. He came hard, man. You remember that? Yeah, I don't know if you remember this or not, but he had some eye issues. One night, I was fucking her real good. This is in the oh gosh, this must have been 95 or 96. We were in Kansas City for the weekend, and yeah, Bob came so hard he splattered all over his own face, and some of it landed in his eye, and I think it gave him problems the rest of his career.
Yeah,
as short-lived as it was.
I heard he had to have LASIK to get that fixed up.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to melt that jizz out of your eye somehow.
Right.
That laser gets hot.
He ever call you a silverback?
He occasionally, yeah. But he'd bring this other guy around, a real fat ass little guy, wore a hat, had a redhead wife. She always wanted me to fuck her too, but I told him no because I wasn't into old redhead bitches.
They show up on a Vespa together.
She was driving a Vespa. He was hooked around the back of it by like a dog chain running behind the Vespa.
Oh, I didn't think he was that fast. I guess it is just.
Oh no, he was just jogging. I mean, she might have been going 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Right.
That's why she was so wobbly on that thing. When that teenager hit her, that's why she fell down so hard.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2014 on 83.7% of the ballots. He remains a Chicago legend. His number 35 retired in 2010. Thomas's size and demeanor made him intimidating yet approachable in public. He starred in Major League 2 as himself. Known for his love. Oh,
I love that film. And this goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the program, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you just have to take care of yourself and be nice to other people. If you play the game the right way, and if you let other people believe that you play the game the right way, more importantly, then you'll be fine.
Yeah, it sounds like you've really crafted a fine painting of yourself. Well done.
I mean, look.
Congratulations.
At the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Yeah. That's right. It is, isn't it?
Challenges are what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes it meaningful.
Good God, did you say overcome? Oh. Frank avoided the spotlight, but delivered in big moments. His 7-year streak remains unmatched, a testament to consistency in a turbulent era. In sabermetric terms, Thomas's 73.8 WAR, 156 OPS plus, and 974 OPS cement him as one of the greatest hitters ever, often compared to Ted Williams for pure skill. For White Sox fans, he's the face of sustained excellence in the post-1959 era. The Big Hurt didn't just hit, he punished mistakes, walked when fools pitched around him, and left an indelible mark. Flaws, vulnerabilities, and all, reminding us that even legends have human edges.
There'll always be doubters and naysayers. Always. You just got to use their negativity as fuel to prove them wrong. You know, that's what I've always done. No one's going. I mean, look, if you want me to be real with you for a minute,
please.
No one's ever going to try to trounce all over the the even keel, happy faced black man with big power. That's just all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can take advantage of that, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't I? Why? And that's why I didn't.
Ahmed Johnson didn't.
Bobby Lashley did.
He sure did, didn't he?
Hard hitting, soft spoken, just like Big Frank.
He's bald too.
Tell me I'm not an archetype and I'll call you a liar.
I never questioned whether you were or not. You're awful aggressive for a fucking guy that's just so even keeled.
There's nothing aggressive about me except for my passive aggression.
So I was saying, just call me a liar, and then, well, no, I didn't fucking say anything. You hit 521 homers, and you're sitting here telling me about shit at the end of the day.
Leaders aren't born, they're made. They're made by hard effort, which is the price which all of us must pay to achieve any goal that's worthwhile. You know what that's from, Blake? That's from my Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah. Well, I must be becoming one hell of a leader because I'm having to put in a lot of hard effort listening to your horse shit.
Look, Blake, not everybody loves me, but everybody respects me. And do you know why?
I don't know about that.
I do. Even you respect me, even if you don't know it. You know how I know? I can see it in your eyes.
I was going to say hard justice.
You want me to fuck your wife, Blake? I'll do it.
No, I don't.
All right.
I think
if you change your mind, I'm here for you, pal.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there's one thing I'm not going to change my mind on. It's that if I were to ever entertain the idea, it probably wouldn't be a man.
The greatest achievements are the ones that require the greatest sacrifices, pal.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that exactly jives with my life philosophy, but that's fine. I'm not a Hall of Famer either. I'm a Hall of Shamer.
That is the smartest thing you've ever said. You are not a Hall of Famer.
Are you holding a labradoodle?
You know who is?
Who's that?
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Me and KG24. I lied to you. I knew he was a robot.
See, you're a lying sack of shit like I fucking knew you were. Look at the dog hates you too. They can smell liars.
It's true. There's no question. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Thomas on the whole ball game. You know what? It's become my new passion to create personalities that are just going to rub you the wrong way.
I've come to notice, yes. I always I expect nothing less.
On the next episode of the whole ball game, you get the whole ball game. We go to July 31st, 1994. It's I don't know if we're in Kansas City. I think we're in Kansas City for this one.
I don't think it's July 31st.
You sure?
It's the same date as our last game.
Oh, that's right.
You're right. It's July 25th.
25th.
At Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City.
Love it. July 25th, 1994. White Sox at Royals. We'll watch Bob Hamlin crush a 3-run bomb, I'm sure. Or maybe that was a different game. I don't know. Whatever. We'll watch Bob Hamlin and Frank Thomas. Game. That's great. Thanks, pal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go fuck myself, and you'll stay put, and we'll be back in a couple of days with another episode of
The Whole Ball Game.